brought to you originally by Ensemble Studios and Microsoft Game Studios, in association with Hidden Path Entertainment and Skybox Labs. Also brought to you by Forgotten Empires. I give you Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. Ha ha! Also including the Forgotten. That's right, folks. We're going to be playing some Age of Empires 2. I am probably going to do this. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, like I was saying, guys, we will be playing some of this. I am probably going to do this in chapters, so that all in the same thing, but I will be playing this, for a while. I'm very nostalgic about this game, and with the ability to not only edit things after the fact, down to a better, more manageable viewing size, as well as the ability to do fun runs with a trainer. I am looking forward to playing through this game, at least the base game in its entirety, which I believe includes, if you include the training campaign, includes 6 campaigns. So we'll probably be starting off with the base game, and then if I want to play some more, we'll play after that. So, without any further ado, we are going to come here to the single player campaign menu. We have, as you can see here, we have 5 sets of campaigns, which I might do separate Let's Plays for each of these. I'm not sure. But yeah, we're going to come here to the Age of Kings. We are going to come here to William Wallace, and we're going to do the learning campaign. I'm going to start with marching and fighting. Also, really quick, is we're going to be doing probably, at least with this first episode, we're probably going to do 3 We're probably going to be able to get through the full base training, and then maybe getting to the end towards maybe completing this one. I'm not quite sure yet, but we will see. With that being said, guys, really quick, if you wouldn't mind, like, share, and since you're watching this on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. Like it if you liked it, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, be sure to hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. If you want to come and check out what I'm up to from a distance, you can check me out on Twitter at DMShockman. And if you want to help support my work financially, you can check me out on Patreon at patreon.com/DMShockman. With that out of the way, guys, let's dive right into this mofo. Here we go.
Age of Empires 2 is about empire building, combat, and conquest. You start from humble beginnings, a small village in the Dark Ages. You explore to expand your borders, conduct trade to boost your economy, and research technologies to grow your civilization into a mighty empire. But there are difficulties too. Cunning enemies and rivals that oppose you, powerful castles to destroy, tyrants to bring down. And if you're skillful and a little lucky, you just might build a wonder of the world and create an empire that will stand the test of time. To learn how empires are built, help our first hero, William Wallace, in his fight against his oppressors.
We are without a leader. The dead King of Scotland has no heir. War creeps in from the south, where Edward Longshanks, the avaricious King of England, has returned from successful campaigns to conquer Wales and France. As Longshanks turns his attention to Scotland, the shadow of fear settles across the Highlands. The English have thousands of Welsh longbowmen, hundreds of knights on horseback, and dozens of siege weapons. We Scottish have a rabble of untrained soldiers who do not even know how to march in a straight line. We must act soon if we have any chance of resistance. We need to forge an army by any means necessary.
Alright. That's cool. Gotta love those retro graphics. That's awesome. Starting a new game, which is pretty cool. Alright. Yes. Go.
The English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back. But if we're to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march and fight. Follow the path to the blue flag. First, click the soldier. Good. Now, right
Pardon
click
me, guys,
near
if
the
I
blue
just
flag.
speed through this
Good.
because
Now,
in the
move
old
to the next
days.
flag. Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag.
Yes, thank you. Megan.
Excellent.
In the old
To
days, I
move to
played
the
through
next
this
flag,
campaign like
You must walk
dozens and
through
dozens
the
of
black
times.
area. That's all there is to it.
Just, I know how
Now
to
go
do
on
it.
to the next
Gotta love
flag
these
where you'll meet
enhanced
some
graphics, though.
allied
That's
soldiers.
Awesome.
To move all your soldiers at once, click near the units and drag around them. Then right-click to move them. Try moving your soldiers to the next flag. Did all your units make it to the flag? The road ahead is guarded by an English outpost.
Take a drink anytime you
Scroll up to the
anytime it says
outpost
flag.
building by moving
No,
the
don't do
mouse to
that.
the very top of the
You'll
screen.
die.
Then click the red outpost. Right-click the outpost to attack it. The outpost is destroyed. That should slow the English raids. Keep following the path to the village.
Bid 4. Bid 4.
Home sweet home. But wait. The English are angry that you destroyed their outpost.
Take him out!
They're coming to attack your village. Don't panic.
All players.
Just click your soldiers and right-click an English
Just so you
soldiers
guys
to
are aware, this is going to be a
defeat
fun
the
run.
enemy
I am
soldiers,
using a
and you will
trainer
have won your
to be able to
first
make
battle.
this game a lot easier, because
Good
the act
job.
of playing
Now
this
you
game,
know how to
unlike
fight
Might and
back
Magic
against
or
the
unlike
English army.
Age of Mythology, can be a lot more difficult. So we're gonna try and get this one to work. Okay, click menu, quick current game. Yes. Alright.
Scotland has soldiers now, if only a few. But if we are to turn back the greed of Edward Longshanks, we will need many more recruits. Much more gold in our coffers. These ancient stones and oaks around us will soon be steeped in the blood of clansmen.
Alright. And we're gonna go
An
to the
army marches on its stomach, or so the old saying goes. My clansmen have been farming and tending sheep for hundreds of years, but gathering enough food to feed an army is a different matter entirely. Without a strong economy, the meager forces that we've cobbled together will collapse again.
Okay. Alright. There we go. Alright.
To support the Scottish army, you'll need to build up your stockpile of resources. To win, gather 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold. To gather food from the forage bush, click a villager. Then right-click a forage bush near the blue flag. In the status area at the bottom of the screen, you can see how much food the villager is carrying. The villager continues to gather from the forage bush until he's carrying 10 food.
I'm just basically going to be
The
quiet. in this
villager
one,
will
guys.
continue working for you, carrying the food to the town center. The amount of food you have is shown in the upper left corner of the screen. In addition to your food stockpile, you can see your current wood, gold, and stone stockpiles. The more villagers you have, the faster you can gather resources. Assign your new villagers to gather food. Good! You found some gold.
Erlov. Boonage. Forgere. Boonage.
Alright, like I was saying, guys, I am going to be being quiet during the talking segments of this as much as possible. So forgive me if I don't add commentary as much as I would normally would. I'm trying to be better about that. I've been streaming now for doing so much streaming lately that it's gotten kind of hard for me to get back into the swing of things of adding commentary to Let's Plays. So just what I'm doing right now by talking to you guys is kind of an improvement. But you gotta love these improved graphics, man. It is so awesome. I loved this game growing up. It was one of the first RTS games I ever played, and I love it. It's awesome.
Good job! You now have enough wood. Excellent! You now have enough gold.
Fredrika.
And we're already gonna finish it up by the time we get done. Interesting fact, though, before we finish up this session, is I, myself, am actually, directly related to...
You now have 50 food. To win, also gather 50 wood and 50 gold. You're well on your way to making a city. To gather wood, click a villager, then right-click a tree. If you haven't found any gold yet, search in the unexplored territory.
Like I was saying, guys, I am directly related to... I am a direct descendant of William Wallace, the Hammer of the English. Which brings up another point, guys. In case any of you watching at home that may be new to the channel don't know and haven't seen my other thing, one of my videos where I kind of revealed some stuff about myself. Just so you're aware, Michael Schachman is actually a nom de plume for me. I'm obviously not going to tell you what my actual name is, but Not because I don't trust you, but because I don't need that kind of stuff in my life. I would rather have some, how best to put it, separation of things is the best way I can put it without going into too much detail. But suffice to say that Michael Shockman's a nom de plume, and in reality, I am directly related to William Wallace, so that's kind of cool. And a lot of people say stuff like that, but in reality, I actually have a piece of paper in storage that came directly from my uncle that shows a direct lineage documented on paper by a genealogist that traces my bloodline right back to, I think it was Wallace's his younger brother. And on that note, don't believe Braveheart. Braveheart's a fun movie, but that's just it. It's fun. It's not historically accurate in almost any way. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next thing. Enough rambling. Get on with it! Haha! Yes.
Edward Longshanks, for all his disrepute, has shown military tactics in Wales, England, and France to be very effective, if not cruel and ruthless. He's indeed an enemy to be feared. The English sacked the town of Berwick upon Tweed. Would that I could call it a battle, but it was truly more of a massacre. Unless we organize our army, there will be more massacres to follow. I pray we can be ready for Longshanks' coming.
Alright. Training.
In villages throughout the Highlands, there is grim talk of skirmishes between Scotland and England. We lost the city of Dunbar this week. Scottish defenders broke ranks and fled. The English have an army that is larger and better trained. To compete with them, we are going to need new recruits to pick up the spear, sword, or bow. We must remake these shepherds into soldiers.
For militia.
Forgere.
We will need many soldiers to defend our homeland.
Kart.
We'll start by creating villagers. Click your town center,
Fjedike.
then click the Create Villager button in the lower left corner of the screen.
Kid.
It takes time for a villager to appear. If your town center is selected, you can see the progress in the status area at the bottom of your screen. Good job! The villager has appeared next to your town center. Now, create another village. You need additional housing to support your population.
I'm on it.
To build a house, click a villager. Good job! Try building another house. Click the Buildings button, click the Build House button, then click where you want to build the house. Each house supports 5 units. The population indicator at the top of the screen shows your current supportable population. If more than one villager builds a building, it will go up faster.
That's not the only way you can make it go up faster. An interesting fact about the early Ensemble games and Microsoft games was that in certain ones there's if you hover over and select a...
Other buildings are made just like houses.
God damn it, Angus.
Try building a barracks. The barracks is a military building.
Anyway, like I was saying, if in the Age of Empires games, at least in number 2, I've actually never played number 1. But in number 2, if you repeatedly quickly left click on a building while it is being built, it will actually go a little bit faster. Whereas with Age of Mythology, if you set a waypoint from a building I think it's right-clicking on any point on the map repeatedly, it will actually do the same thing, which is quite interesting. Go. And we're coming along quick, guys. I think because we're using a trainer, we're not going to have a problem with this. So we'll probably end up finishing up this campaign in this episode, and that'll be kind of cool. So yeah. I can't guarantee that we'll be able to do the same thing in other episodes. We might have to do certain campaigns in 1 to 3 episodes.
Barracks complete.
Yeah.
Now you can create soldiers. Click the barracks, then click the Create Militia button. Selecting different buildings or units gives you different options in the lower left corner of the screen.
There we go. For everybody wondering at home
That's
what I'm
one
drinking,
militia.
I am drinking a GMT.
Create 3 more, and you'll have enough soldiers to protect this area and win the scenario.
Awesome.
Click the barracks, and quickly click the Create Militia button 3 more times to make 3 soldiers in a row.
Right. And I believe, at least I know in Age of Mythology, you can queue up to 15 at one time. But I think also in this one, you can also do the same thing. So, I also know that
Now that you have a few soldiers, you'll be able to defend this area against English attacks.
There we go, we win the scenario. Awesome. Cool. Like I was saying, in Age of Mythology, I know that you can, with the HD edition, you can, or extended edition rather, you can queue up other units to be made. So you can click 1, and then click the Q button, or the repeat button, which just looks like a refresh icon from a computer interface, and it will continually make 1 at a time. So that way you have a lower initial cost, but you have a larger continuous cost. It's really great for just setting something to produce and then just leaving it be and doing something else. That's kind of cool. Alright, here we go. Quit.
Now that we have militias stationed across the border, the English have slowed their raids. But facing Longshanks' army will be another matter. The wicked English king has yet to bring his famous longbows to bear. Our militias could only get us so far. We are going to need more advanced weapons.
Alright. Research and technology, number 4.
Rumors creep in from the south of a giant who leads the forces of Scotland, his great sword driving through earth and man and horse alike. If this mythical knight can hold the English advance, it will give us time to develop the arms we need. Even now, our smiths are forging swords and fletchers are making arrows and crossbow bolts.
Alright. Cool.
English use very advanced weapons and armor. To win, you will need to advance to the feudal age and repel the English raid.
Okay.
Kid.
You're going to need to research some technologies of your own to increase the strength of your civilization. For example, researching loom makes your villagers harder to kill. To research loom, click the town center, then click the research loom button.
I will in a minute. Hold on.
Good. Researching technology costs resources, but improves your civilization. While you're researching, you can put your villagers to work and use your military units to explode.
Bid fear.
Come on, let's go for a walk, shall we? You know, I can't really understate it. How great these graphics are. Oh, duh. Because my units, because I'm using a trainer, I can't Harvest
The
from
odd again.
cheap. Derp.
New technologies and buildings become available when you advance to a new age. To advance from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age, you need 500 food.
Alright, hold on. Let me just come here and put a mill right here.
Bra bygge.
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
In addition to gathering food at forage bushes, villagers can herd sheep or hunt. Now you have enough food to advance to the Feudal Age. However, you also need 2 buildings from your current age. You already have a barracks, so now have your villagers build a mill. The mill is a drop-off point for food, so build it next to your food source. Now you can advance from the Dark Age to the Feudal Age.
Perfect.
Click your town center, then click the Advance to
Nice.
Feudal Age button.
Done.
You're on your way to the Feudal Age.
Awesome. Yeah, and believe it or not, the
Dwarves! The English are making a
shit,
sneak
shit,
attack.
shit. Believe it or not, the look of these buildings, believe it or not, is actually moderately
Now that the battle is
not
over,
hugely, but
create some extra militia units at the barracks to replenish your forces.
they're actually moderately not accurate, but true enough to
Kid.
to those style of things that were in the Dark Ages and whatnot. They're not perfect by any means, but they're passable, which I like. They're not at least when it comes to like the Dark Ages and somewhat the Feudal Ages, but there are a lot of inaccuracies. Like, for instance,
Congratulations!
Oh.
Advancing to the next stage is the best way to improve your civilization. Near the minimap at the lower right corner of the screen is the Idle Villager button. Click
Kia.
and locate villagers who are not currently assigned to a task. Now that you're in the Feudal Age, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms.
Oh.
Click the barracks, then click Upgrade to men-at-arms.
Kart.
like I was saying, guys, oh, fuck you. Pardon my French, guys. Hold on. Fudge. Hold on. Go.
Toe. Toe. Erlev. Toe. Kart.
That blimping sound that you heard was me turning off the trainer setting that I had, just so I can collect some food. It's really, I'm realizing that things on our side, including livestock, are going to be invincible when we have this, because I'm using the God Bone cheat. I'm not going to like make it so that I have unlimited food and wood just so I can speed through stuff, although that would be probably kind of useful. I want to give you guys and give myself a slightly at least more accurate depiction of how the game is meant to be played, so that's a good thing. Let's see. 100 food and 40 gold.
Upgrading to man-at-arms will change all your militia units to the more powerful men-at-arms.
And there we go. Turn it back on. It runs in the background, guys. It's a great thing. They're not sponsoring me, but in case you haven't checked it out, check out WeMod, which is a program and a service that you can download off of. You can just Google WeMod trainer and cheats.
The English are attacking again! Teach them a lesson with your new men-at-arms!
And it will make, it allows you to, through hotkeys, use cheats that, on games that normally wouldn't have them, and it basically allows you to quickly and easily, turn on and off cheats, most of the time.
English are no match for your warriors!
Most of the time when I'm using, when I'm doing fun runs these days, I use WeMod trainers to basically be able to get things taken care of. So, yeah, check them out. Anyway, next one. The Battle of Stirling is the next one, I believe.
Longshanks has invaded, stormed, and sacked the city of Perth. It's worse. He's captured the fabled Stone of Scone and declared himself King of Scotland. If we cannot bring about a victory in battle soon, then the Scottish armies will be too demoralized to put up any fight at all. If this mythical Scottish giant does exist, I wish he'd get his forces up to Stirling, where we shall next do battle.
Aha! The Battle of Stirling. Here we go.
The time for minor skirmishes is over. We now prepare for war. The villain Longshanks is poised to cross the River Forth and threaten the town of Stirling with a force of men-at-arms, heavy cavalry, and a multitude of archers. Our newly formed army marches southward to establish our own base and attack the English before they can ready their troops.
Okay, so this scenario is very loosely based on the actual historical events of the Battle of Stirling. It's actually not called the Battle of Stirling. It's called the Battle of Stirling Bridge, in which the English kind of the Scottish army, in part at least, led by William Wallace, coaxed and taunted the English to basically be able to come across a narrow bridge that only allowed them to come across, I think it was like 2 abreast. And they brought across a force, an advanced force of troops, destroyed that, and then came over in waves. And by the time they figured out what was going on, the fact that they were losing, the English that is, they were annihilated, and was a key victory in the initial war of Scottish independence led by William Wallace before his unceremonious demise at the hands of the executioner in London. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. A friend of mine called me on Discord, and I had forgotten that I had not told him not to call me. Yeah. Okay. I kind of wish that he had, that he had messaged me first, but whatever. So it goes. Okay, so we got that done. Alright. We're gonna create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're running. Oh, that's right, we have done.
Yeah.
Freaking dumb. I keep on forgetting that we have freaking farms.
Kid.
I always forget about that. And the cool thing about being the extended edition is that the you can actually queue up farms as long as you have wood, which is kind of cool. Which is nice.
Remember, you can upgrade your militia to men-at-arms at the Birds.
Yes, I already did
You should
that.
always
Angus.
upgrade soldiers when you can afford it.
I already did that.
Kia.
Unlike, unfortunately, unlike Age of Mythology, where once you create a farm, and until it gets destroyed, you don't have to renew it. In this, you actually have to spend resources to re-sow the crops. So that's kind of a pain in the ass. Good farms, good stuff. Alright. There we go. Sanitary food. Alright. Take 60 wood. we go. Realistically, at this point, guys, we don't really need a lot of troops, but we'll probably, instead of doing 15, we'll probably just do 6 and 6. So we'll put six archers and 6 men at arms, which is kind of cool. That way we can just attack. Okay, there we go. And we'll lead them with our scout cavalry. Gonna turn our thing back on. There we go. Perfect. Good. There's 3.
Doing it.
Go. Yeah, sorry about the lack of commentary, guys. I don't know what else I can talk about. I guess just looking at the screen right now, one of the things that that I can point out is that the Palisades are.
Now you have a large enough force to attack the English base. Charge!
Thank you, Angus.
Keep your villagers working just in case you suffer casualties and need to make more troops.
The Palisade walls that they have in this game are more or less representative of actually what it looked like, but they're closer to like the appearance of like the Palisades from Braveheart. But I mean, a palisade is a palisade. It's just sharpened sticks that are tied together to make a wall. So that is what it is. One thing I can say, however, is that this frickin' outpost. It doesn't advance from an appearance from the Dark Ages, so it kind of gets left behind, and that's unfortunate. Also, another thing is, even into the early feudal era, or feudal period, I guess, of England and other places, stone wasn't a common building material until really the It was the domain to build in stone was really the domain of
Keep exploring the map.
Yes, shut it, Angus. It was really the domain of the wealthy and powerful. So a lesser commander would actually sooner build in wood than he would in stone, because stone also takes time to quarry, and it's a lot faster to just put up a fort and some towers and some buildings in wood and earth than it is to put it in stone. So, though interestingly enough, a lot of lords who couldn't afford stone or who chose not to use stone actually would whitewash and make their wooden structures to look like stone, which is kind of interesting. I guess in that regard, to quote a documentary I saw a while back on wooden castles, the art of social climbing was even around in like the Dark Ages and in the medieval ages. Some people like to pretend that they were more than they actually were. There we go. We just need to destroy their. We don't necessarily need to kill all of their troops, but we just need to at least destroy their. Destroy the tower right here. Bring down the tower! Yeah!
Great job! You have destroyed the English camp. The Battle of Stirling is sure to end in victory for the Scots. Good job! You've eliminated the English soldiers. Now, destroy that tower, and our victory will be complete. Now that you know how to build up, advance through the ages, and find and fight your enemies, you have all the basic skills you need to play a random map game, the most common type of game in Age of Empires.
Okay, yeah, like he said, this traditionally was the end of the actual training section of things, and the last two missions are kind of like, this is the end of the basic training, and then, or basic tutorial rather, and then the two missions after this are advanced or an ancillary training missions that basically teach you a little bit about some of the more advanced features of the game. So we are going to be continuing on. Quick game.
Stirling was our first great victory. Even as we held the coastline, word came in that the Stirling Bridge had been held by a force of Scots led by the mythical knight, of whom so many have spoken. Now, we know his name. Sir William Wallace, the Hammer of the
English.
Edward Longshanks names Wallace a traitor and a criminal. But Sir William replies that he cannot be a traitor, since he never swore fealty to an English king. With Wallace leading our armies, the men fight with renewed vigor. Perhaps the tide of our misfortunes is about to turn.
I'm sorry, I can't help but look at that giant sword and be like, somebody's overcompensating. But then again, I know, being a history buff, I know that they did have swords that were that size. Maybe not of that those dimensions, but they did have very large swords in history, so it is what it is. Our
coffers were depleted at the Battle of Stirling, so we need to strengthen our economy once again before pushing south into lands held by the English. We need to construct a market and establish trade routes to the villages of friendly clans. Local legends speak of 3 sacred relics hidden south of Stirling. Acquiring these artifacts for Wallace's army will be a great boost to Scottish morale.
The inferno of a flame of a fire raging. That's kind cool. Take down their town center. And we win.
Congratulations!
Yay.
You've captured all 3 relics.
Oh, this is another thing. The monasteries here are much more akin to monasteries in like the 1500s because of the stained glass and because of the stone architecture and everything like that. So just keep that in mind. Alright, we're gonna end the scenario. We'll go to the last one of this
3 relics
episode.
now locked away safely in Scottish churches. Men murmur that we are blessed by the heavens. Our army now stands a chance as we prepare for the final clash with the English. Scotland now has archers and knights of our own with which to meet Longshanks. We march south to Falkirk, where we will rendezvous with the army of William Wallace and plan our combined attack upon the English castle.
Alright. Cool. Here we go. Now, if you are meant to lose in history, you are meant to lose. The Scottish lost this fight, and this is one of the only semi-historical scenarios from this campaign that completely differs in if you win from actual history, because the Scots lost the Battle of Falkirk. Not because, for anybody who watched Braveheart, not because frickin' Robert the Bruce betrayed him, because that never happened, but just because, I mean, they were outflanked and they lost. So, anyway, we're going to the Battle of Falkirk.
Only way we can hold the boggy lowlands around Falkirk is to build a castle and as many walls as we can construct in a short time. These fortifications will serve to protect our camp as we construct siege weapons with which to assault the English castle. Once the castle is constructed, Wallace himself has sworn to join our forces, and together we will attack Longshanks and his English troops.
Alright. What are our objectives? Build a castle, destroy the English castle. Okay. Alright.
The English could attack at any time. You have some walls already, but you should...
Done cut.
Another thing I really like about this game is the type of walls that they have. They actually have matriculations, which shout out to Shad University. Hi Shad! Hope you're seeing this. If you are, it means I've succeeded in life. And the walls in this actually have matriculations, if you look at them properly. So that's kind of cool. Unfortunately, you can't man the walls, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Or to put it in a Shad term, matriculations!
Mit fear.
Go. Let's see what kind of stats Wallace himself has. He has 400 health. He does 20 damage plus 4 damage. He has 5 plus 3 armor to piercing and 5 plus 4 to slashing. Which is pretty awesome. Burn it down!
The English castle at Falkirk is no more. The English pretensions in Scotland are surely at an end. The forces of Wallace are triumphant.
Oh no shit, we could have easily just gone across the water and gotten there. That's funny. That's really funny. Alright, okay, let's see if there's an end cutscene really quick before we end this section of the Let's Play.
It looked certain that we would be defeated at Falkirk. Yet, somehow, though outnumbered and outranged by English longbows, we were victorious! English castle was torn down, and a Scottish one will be built in its place. William Wallace has shown us the path to victory. Although he's but one man, he inspires great deeds in others, and many of the Scottish princes and lords have drawn their swords with his. Wallace's own sword is a 5.5-foot beast, forged, of course, in Scotland.
Of course.
He has sworn not to rest until his sword finds the neck of Edward Longshanks. The struggle will continue, but we have learned the ways of war. Now, it is the English who will know fear.
All right. That's awesome. All right, guys, that is going to finish today's episode. Obviously, there's going to have been some editing when this finally reaches you guys on YouTube. Another really quick thing, this is a YouTube exclusive, just so you're aware. So it will be, I will not be doing it on Patreon, and it will be probably coming out by the time you guys see this. It will probably be sometime in, I'm going to say, mid to late June, if not July. So hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. Stay tuned for the next one when we go to Joan of Arc, and we're just going to go from the left, all the way up here in the left, all the way down to the right, and we're going to go to Barbarossa, then we're going to do Genghis Khan, and then we're going to do Saladin. And that's probably going to be the first chapter of this. I as I was playing, I was like, having one Let's Play or one playlist that's just all of this is gonna be kind of much. So I'll probably end up doing the each specific set of campaigns as their own Let's Play. But I want to get this first one done to begin with. So thank you so much, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, as always, I'm Michael Shockman. I've been your host and commentator. And remember, again, as always, keep it real, keep it safe, keep it healthy, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.